I'm Maria Constantino. I do this because I meet the people in our community who are the true angels among us.
I'm Michelle Kirsch, and the angels I've met and interviewed truly are making a difference in the lives of so many.
Everyday Angels help so many people in the Bay Area. They fill me with hope, and I know once you hear their stories, you're going to feel the same way.
Nothing is harder than dealing with the death of someone you love. And when that someone is your child, it is simply devastating. George Mark Children's House makes those difficult times just a little bit easier. I'm Maria Constantino at the first model home in the country where families get that special care in the time of unmatched grief.
For me, I've never lost the sense of magic when I come up the driveway, like, oh my gosh, look what is really here. It was a long time from the initial conversation to actually opening our doors. 8 years went by.
I mean, there are other facilities in the United States that provide pediatric end-of-life care. There are other places that provide respite care. Some places provide day care for medically fragile children. But as far as I'm aware, we're the only place that is freestanding, providing the whole range of services to these families and not just one aspect of it.
And as Barbara said, there are others that are part of a hospital setting or provide services, you know, in people's homes. But this model of care, you know, under one roof is pretty unique.
When I tell people that I've volunteered at George Mark and it's a child's hospice and respite care facility, immediately they think, oh, that's so sad, that's so depressing. But it's not the case, because if you walk in the door, as you have, that you see that it's set up like a home. There's playroom, a communal kitchen, dining area. The bedrooms are all painted with different themes. It's like a home. And then when I'm volunteering, you're kind of right into the thick of things immediately, playing with kids, just keeping them active, keeping them happy, and it's pretty much playing with kids. So you're dealing with the day-to-day items of that. You're not thinking of an overall sad theme, which it's not. It's just business as usual with the kids.
Well, George Mark needs, first of all, it needs support in a general sense. Whatever resources people have that they could help us with, financial, or their prayers, or their general support in terms of letting us know they appreciate what we do, that's really helpful. A second kind of support is we love to have volunteers. People who are willing to come and with their hearts and their hands really help with the work we do. And the third thing they can do is actually thinking about starting a facility like us in their own communities.
If I had $1 million, I would give it to George Mark right now. I would never refuse or turn down an invitation to boast about how wonderful this place is. It's just like, for a sick child, it's like, I would say like heaven on earth. And for a child to be able to spend their last days, last hours, last minutes here, I think is a very special thing. I found out that Seven was sick while I was undergoing an ultrasound. I was 5 months pregnant, and prior to hearing from the doctor that Seven was ill, I was extremely ecstatic about being pregnant. But as soon as he revealed to me that he could not locate the other side of Seven's heart, my heart dropped into my stomach, and I experienced thousands of emotions in varying degrees all at once. I felt like I was in a nightmare and my world was just shattered.
In a word, it was suffocating to hear about the news of my son, and then also being in a condition where I was in a car driving to Sacramento and could not immediately turn around. So I had my wife calling from San Francisco, and I'm on my way to Sacramento. So it was a very suffocating experience emotionally, and I felt trapped.
What would you tell other parents facing similar situations?
I would just say, you know, what can I say? You know, it's a very personal situation, but what I can give to them is that I'm here, you know, I'm still here. And George Mark has helped me survive this far. Don't lose hope, because there's something out there that can give you the same serenity that I have. Every time I come here, I feel a sense of peace. After my son died, you know, death is just a very puzzling thing. Nobody can really say they understand it. However, when my son died here, I immediately looked up into the air just to see, you know, if I could see anything, right? It's as funny as that may sound. But every time I come back here, I feel him in the air. And it's a place where I can come. The doors are always open, you know. We're invited back for different things. Every time I come here, I feel joy.
Well, at George Mark Children's House, we have 3 goals that I'm committed to. The first is to make us economically solid so that our kind of care will be available to children in our community in perpetuity. And the second goal is to spread the gospel, so to speak, that other communities like us who have these children in need would be able to create facilities that would provide care along our model of palliative care. And our third goal really is to change the way the country thinks about the needs of very sick children, particularly how we finance their care.
At George Mark Children's House, families don't have to say goodbye to their children. They can return to a safe haven where they can stay connected and keep their precious memories alive.
For more information about George Mark Children's House, please visit www.georgemark.org.